Now question numbers 1 to 5, keep this one under the second priority, because there are some persons who are facing the center and there are some persons who are away from the center. Now here in this one, how many persons are there? 8. Now these 8 persons, they are seated around a circular table, some inward and some outward. Then coming to condition number 1, M sits out to the left of H. Where is this M? M is sitting out to the left of whom? Out to the left of H. M is seated out to the left of H, and there are 2 persons between M and E. And 2 persons between M and E. M must be exactly between, M is exactly between H and E. Must have been there. The next one, can you directly start with this M, H or not? Now in the first case, let us take H is facing the center. And in the second case, let us take H is away from the center. Now M is seated out to the left of H. M is out to the left of H. In this case, M is here. Now in this case, M is here. M is seated out to the left of H. And there are 2 persons between M and E. Now in this case, E must be here. Now in this case, E must be here. There are 2 persons between M and E. And next one, G is an immediate neighbor of H. G is an immediate neighbor of neither H nor L. And G is not adjacent to H and L. G is not adjacent to these 2 persons, H as well as L. And L sits second to the right of N. Where is this L? L is seated second to the right of N. And L, immediate neighbors of F are opposite. F's neighbors are opposite directions. Immediate neighbors of F are facing opposite direction. Then next one, and F sits second to the left of M. Where is this F? F is seated second to the left of M. F is and seated second to the left of M and facing L. Now F and L are opposite to each other. Which 2 persons are opposite? F and L are opposite. Now N is facing the center. E is seated second from G. Now E is seated second from G. Now here again G is here. Second from the E is seated second from G. Now here G is facing the center. E is seated second from G. Then in this case, E is seated second from G. E is second from G and facing opposite L. Now E is second G. Now the direction is not given. Second from G. Whether left hand side or right hand side is not given. And facing opposite to L. E and L opposite. EL opposite. Information. Then coming back to this one, now we need to fix this. Now F and M. Clear from M. Now F is seated second to the left of M. And F is seated second to the left of M if M is facing the center. Now in both the cases, let us take the same. F is facing the center. Then F is seated second to the left. Here F is seated second to the left. Then next one, F neighbors are opposite. And F is opposite to L. Now F and L are opposite to each other. L is here. F and L are opposite. Then L is seated second to the right of N. L is seated second to the right of N. N must be away. Now L is seated second to the right of N. N is here. N must be away. L is seated second. But here it is clearly given. N is facing the center. Clear? And N cannot be away from the center. And so what is the assumption we have taken? F at this place is ruled out. Then what is the other possibility we have? My M facing the center ruled out. Now we need to take M is away from the center. Maybe M away from the center, this one. Now if M is away from the center, now F is seated second to the left of M. F is here and opposite to L. F is seated second to the left of M and opposite to whom? Opposite to L, F and L. The next one, and L is seated second to the right of N. L is seated second to the right of N. N is facing the center. And N is facing towards the center. L is seated second to the right of N. Then who is the person left over? K. Now K is here, K is here. Then next one. E and L, they are facing opposite. And G is not adjacent to H and L. Now G is not adjacent to H and L. In this case, G and H are adjacent to each other. This case is ruled out. Now we have left with this case. Now according to this one, then M is seated second to the left of H we have taken. E and L are facing opposite directions. and F's neighbors are opposite. Now F's neighbors are opposite. Where is this F? F neighbors opposite. Any other information here? E is second and facing opposite direction of L. My next teacher, and F is seated second to the left of M and facing L. Facing L means F and L are facing towards the center. Facing L. The next one, and E is seated second from the right of Z. E is seated second from G and facing opposite direction to L. L is away from the center and C must be away from the center. Then and facing opposite. E sits second from G. E is seated second from G. F's neighbors are opposite. F's neighbors, who are those? E and G are opposite. E is away, G must be center. Then who is the only person left over? K. Then what is the direction of K? Ma K gurinchi any information ichara? Now G. Now G is, now K. Now first one, G sits second to the left of K. G is seated second to the left of K, then K must be away from the center. G is second to the left of K. Now this is from question numbers 1 to 5. And this is the reason we have kept this one under the second priority. Then coming to question numbers, now 6 to 8. Now in this 6 to 8, now tell me first or the second. Now 6 to 10 definitely under the first priority. Now here in this one, how many persons are there? Only 8 persons. Now these 8 persons are staying on 8 different floors of a building. Now 8, 7, 6, 5, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Now 8 persons are there. They are staying on 8 different floors of a building. Then coming to condition number 1. Now in condition number 1, D is living on an odd number floor and above the 4th floor. D odd number floor above the 4th floor, and D can be either on the 5th floor or on the 7th floor. How many possibilities we have for this D? 2 possibilities. Then 2 persons between E and D. Now in this case, E can be here or E can be here. There are 2 possibilities for this. Now in this one, 2 persons between D and E is here. And as many persons between E and G, H and B. E and G, H and B. Then next one, G is living above H. Now G is living above whom? H. F lives below E. F is below E. No one lives between E and F. No one lives between E and F. E and F are adjacent to each other. Clear? E and F are adjacent. And B lives on the 6th floor. Now B is on the 6th floor. B is here. Now B is on the 6th floor. Then the relation between H and B, E and G. And B is on the 6th floor. E lives above C. Now where is the C? E is above. E is above the C. C must be here. Then coming back to this one. Now tell me from where we can able to start. My F and E. E and F are adjacent to each other. F must be here. Now E and F are adjacent to each other. F is here. Now E and F are adjacent and E and F are adjacent. E is above this C. Now here E is above this C. Then E and F and G is above this H. And E and G, H and B. Now E and G, H and B. Now E and G. Now in this case, can we have G at this place? E and G, how many persons? 1 person. And H and B, there must be exactly 1 person. H is. If H is here and G is above this H, which is not possible. Clear? Hence G cannot be at this place. Now G is above this H if H is here. Then G must be here. Then E and G, how many people? And there are 4 people. And H and B, how many people? 4. And which is not possible. This case is ruled out. Then next one, E and G and H and B. Now E and G and H and B. Now here E and G, how many people were there? Majapan. There are 3 people. And H and B, we can have 3 people. Yes, there is a possible. Now in this case, now A is above this C and E is above this C. C will be here and E and F are adjacent to each other. And A is above this F. Not possible at all. My F can fix up in F and E. Not possible. And this case is ruled out. Then we are left with the remaining. Then E and G, A and F. Now E and F are adjacent to each other. How many possibilities? 2 possibilities. Now F can be here or EF can be here. Our indicator possibility is D and B. Now E and F are adjacent to each other. Now E is above this C, then G is above this E and G. Now in between E and G, G is above this H. Now can you have G at this place, E and G? Now G and G were like this. H and B are adjacent to each other, not possible. E and G adjacent and H and B adjacent, not possible. And G cannot be here, G is here. Now in between E and G, how many? There are 3 people. Now between H and B, there must be exactly 3 people. Then H must be here. Then if H is here, G is above this H, that is fine. A is above this F, A is above this F, A is here, A is here, C must be here. Now E is above this C. Then, now this is from question number 6 to 11. Then next one, 11 to 15. Now in this 11 to 15, 8 persons born in the same year, 4 different months and 2 different dates. And 4 months and 2 different dates. First or the second priority. And definitely first priority. Now 11 to 15. Question numbers 11 to 15. Now in this 11 to 15, how many persons are there? 8 persons. Now PQRST, MNOP, QRST. Now what are the dates given? Jan. Now January, what are the dates in Jan? 6th and 5th. Now Jan 6, Jan 15. And next one Jan, April, July and September. Jan, April, April 6, April 15. And next one July 6, July 15. And next one September 6 and September 15. Now these are the 8 months we have. Jan 6, 15, April 6th and 15th, and July 6th and 15th, and finally September 6th and 15th. September 6th and 15th. Then coming to condition number 1. Now here in this, M was born in the month having even number of days. That means M can be either in the month of April or September. And but not on an even number date, odd number date. M 15th of April or 15th of and 15th of September. How many possibilities? 2 possibilities. The next one, 2 persons between M and O. Now here 2 persons between M and O. O is here. Now in this case, O can be either here or O can be here. And O was born before M. O was born before M. There is only one possibility we have. O is before M. As many between O and S, S and N. O and S, S and N. S is exactly between O and N. And next one, and Q was born in the month of January. Now Q born in the month of January, Q is here. Now Q must be in the month of Jan. And 2 persons between R and P. In between R and P, how many? There must be exactly 2 people. More than 2 persons between S and R. S and R more than 2 means greater than or equals to 3 people. And Q and T were born on the same date. QT, same date. Date is same. And N was not born in the month of April. Now N cannot be in the month of April. Now this is what the information given. Now let us start with, O and S, S and N. Now O and S, S and N. Now in this case, can you take S at this place? Now 1 person between O and S, 1 person between S and N. N cannot be in the month of April, that is fine. Then next one, and R and P. R and P, 2 people, is it possible? No. Hence, S cannot be at this place. Am I follow here? Then S is here. O and S between how many? 3 people. S and N 3 people, not possible. Is it possible in this case? No. And this case is completely ruled out. Next one, O and S, S and N. Can you take S and N like this? Majapan. S and N, if you have like this, then O and S, S is exactly between. And between R and P. R and P, we need to have 2 people. R and P, 2 people, there must be exactly 2. Isn't it? R and P, S and R, greater than or equals to 3. 1, 2, 3. Now we can have R at this place. R. R and P, there are exactly 2 people. R and P, 2 people. The next one, N cannot be in the month of September. And N cannot be in the month of September. Then S and R, how many people? And greater than or equal. Q and T were born on the same date. Now Q and T same date, not possible. Hence, S and N cannot be in these 2 places. S and N cannot be here. Next happen. Then can we have S and N like this? S and N? No, because N cannot be in the month of April. S cannot be here. Then can we have S and N like this? S, one person between O and S, one person between S and N. Then next one between R and P. R and P and Q and T were born on the same date, 6th were done, and 6, all the 6s were done. And next one Q and T must be in the month of, and on 15th. And 15th, Q and T on 15th of 2. Then R and P, now Q must be here, isn't it? Then P must be in the month of, and 15. Now P, where can I have this P? Now between R and P, we need to have my S and R. S and R, how many greater than or equals to 3? Hence R must be here. Is it possible? Yes. Then now Q is on 15th, now T must be on 15. Then T is on 15, Q and T is same date. Now Q and T is same date, either April or this one. Any other possibility we have for this? R and P. R and P, how many people? 2 people. If P is here, then T will be. Now this is from 11 to 15. Now 16 onwards. Now in this question number 16, now here 2 parallel rows. Now 2 parallel rows, first are the second priority. Definitely first priority. 10 persons and 2 parallel rows, 16 to 20. Now out of the first 4 sets that were given, 3 comes under the first priority. Only set number 1 comes under the second priority. And if you started with the set number 1, you cannot work out all the 4 sets. Then coming to this 16 to 20. How many persons are there? 10 persons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here again, and 5 persons in one row, 5 in the other row. Row 1, A through E and are facing towards north. Now A through E, they are facing towards north, and P, Q, R, S, and T, they are facing towards south. Now, and then B sits third to the right of E. Where is this B? B is seated third to the right of E. How many possibilities we have? If E is here, B will be here, 1 possible. Then in the next case, now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now here again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now B sits third to the right of E. Now B is here, E is here. Now broadly we have only 2 possible. The one who is facing B sits second to the left of R. Now this person is seated second to the left of R is here. Now this person is seated second to the left of R is here. The one who is facing B is seated second to the left of R. Now 2 persons between P and S. Now in between P and S, how many? There are exactly 2 people. Now 2 people between P and S. Now between P and S, 1 person must be here. And the other person must be at this place. Now P and S. Now P and S, there are only 2 persons here. Now in this case, 2 persons between P and S can be like this or can be like this. Now there are 2 possibilities. Now 2 persons between P and S. S is not facing B. Now S and B are not opposite to each other. Now in this case, S is not opposite to P. Then P is here, then S will be here. S is not opposite to P. Then the one sits second to the right of Q is facing the immediate neighbor of C. Now second to the, if Q is here, second to the right of Q is an immediate neighbor of C, that is fine. Or if Q is here, then second to the right of, and this one, immediate neighbor of C can be here. 2 possibilities for this. And T does not sit at the ends of the row, T is. Then Q is here. Now if Q is here, the one sits second to the right of Q is facing the immediate neighbor of C, then C must be here. Must C. Then A is facing either P or Q. A is facing either P or Q, A is here. Now if A is here, then who is the person? D is here. Then A is facing either P and sits left of D. A is to the left of D here, A is to the right of D, this case is ruled out. Here finally we have got that A is to the right of D. But as we need to have A is to the left of D. And this case is ruled out, now we are left with this one. Then according to this one, A is facing, T does not sit at any ends of the row. And B sits, the one facing B sits second to the left, 2 persons in between P and S. Now, S is not facing B, S cannot be here. S cannot be here, then S cannot be at this place. S is not facing. Can I have S at this place? Now, if S is here, how many persons are there between P and S? 2. Then T cannot be at the extreme and T is here. T is here, Q will be here. Then the one sits second to the right of Q is R. R is an immediate neighbor of whom? C. Then T does not sit at any ends. A is facing either P or Q. A cannot be opposite to P and M, Q, and opposite to P, and sits to the left of the A is to the left of the. Then, now this is the final arrangement. PTR, SQ, AE, DCB, 16 to 20. Then 21 to 25. First or the second priority. 21 to 25, definitely first priority. Syllogisms always under the first priority. Now here some books are pens. Now in this, some of the books are what? Pens. Now some books are pens. Now these are the books that are pens, book and a pen. And next one, all pens are what? This entire pen is a part of ink. And only a few ink are papers. Now some ink are papers but not all. Now some ink are papers but not all. And next one, all papers are table. Now this entire paper is a part of our table. Then some tables are ink, that is definitely true. All tables can be pens. All tables is a part of pens, possible or not possible? Not table. This entire table can be like this or not? Yes. Because this entire pen cannot be a part of paper, paper can be a part of pen. Hence possible. What is your answer? Both 1 and 2. Both 1 and 2, choice for question number 21. The next one, 22. Now in this 22, and some SO3s are CO2. Some SO3s are CO2, this is SO3 and this is CO2. SO3s are what? CO2. And only a few CO2s are HO2. Then only some of the CO2 are H2Os. Then entire CO2 cannot be. And no H2O is O2. And H2 and O2, they cannot be intersected. And next one, all O2s are PO4. Then according to this, some PO4s are not CO2. As of now, some PO4s are not CO2 true. To make this one false, all PO4s are CO2. Possible or not possible? Mindra tisra the PO4. Along with this PO4, O2 can also be like this. Hence, alternate diagram to previous conclusion false. Then coming to the next one. And some CO2s are not O2s. Now some CO2s are not O2s, that is true. To make this one false, all CO2s are O2s. Is it possible? Now if you write O2 like this, the statement no O2 is H2O will become false. And alternate diagram cannot be drawn. The second conclusion cannot be false at least once. Hence it is definitely 100% true. And only two. Only two choice to question number 22. The next one, 23. Now in this 23, only a few oxides are chlorides. Only some oxides are chlorides, but not all. Only some oxides are chloride, but not all. All oxide cannot be chloride. Then no chloride is carbon. No intersection between chloride and a carbon. And next one, and some carbons are copper. Now some of the carbons are what? Copper. All coppers are what? All coppers are mercury. Entire copper is a part of mercury. Then some oxides are mercury, that is false. No oxide is a mercury, true. Now to make this one false, now we need to prove some oxide are mercury. Mera raskoch kada some oxide are mercury? Yes. Alternate diagram to previous conclusion false. And the same diagram, now some oxide or mercury has become true. Then what is your answer? Either 1 or 2. Either 1 or 2, that is choice 3, question number 23. Either 1 or 2. The next one, 24. Now in this 24, all NO2s are HSO4. Now all these NO2s are what? HSO4. HSO4. Then only a few HSO4 are CO3. Only few HSO4 are CO3 but not all. Then no CO3 is H2O. No CO3 and H2O, no intersection between CO3 and H2O. Then some H2Os are C2O4. H2Os are C2O. Then according, all H2Os can be NO2s. All H2Os can be NO2. Possible or not possible? Now this entire H2O can be like this or not? Yes, possible. Then next one, some CO3s are C2O4. Now CO3 is here, C2O4 is here, no intersection. And so only one choice, 124. The next one coming to question number 25. Now in this 25, what is given here? Blood relation. Blood relation first or the second priority. And first priority here, how many questions were given under this? There are some and 3 questions. Then EFGH, KLMNO, 9 persons belong to one family. M is a sister-in-law of H. Can you directly start with this? No. Then H is the son of F. F is here. Then H is the son of F. O is the grandmother of K. E is a nephew of H. Now E is a nephew of H. Now E is like this nephew. H's siblings, son is E. E is a nephew of H. Then N is the mother of Z. Who is the mother of Z? N is the mother of Z. F has only 2 children, isn't it? H and H's sibling. And L is the sister-in-law of Z. And N is the mother-in-law of L. N is the mother-in-law of L. K is the daughter of H. Now K is the daughter of H. K is here. Then O is the grandmother of K. We have. Then next one. L is the sister. N is the mother-in-law of L. N is the mother-in-law of L. That means N is the mother-in-law of whom? L. F and N are married to each other. N is a female. F is a male. Then first information. M is a sister-in-law of H. M is a sister-in-law of H. Then M is a sister-in-law of H. M is here. Then who is the other? L is a sister-in-law of Z. L is a sister-in-law of whom? G. Hence L must be here because L is a female, cannot be married to another female. Hence L and H are married to each other. Now L is a sister-in-law of whom? G. Now what is the gender of the G? G is a male. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then grandmother. And N is the mother-in-law. Then grandmother. O is the grandmother of K. O is the grandmother of K. One grandmother is N, that is paternal grandmother. The other one is maternal grandmother. O is the grandmother. Then how is H related to O? And O's daughter's husband. Daughter's husband, son-in-law, choice to 25. 26. How is F related to E? Now E is father's father, grandfather. Grandfather, that is choice 4. My choice is grandfather, choice 3. Then next one, 27. Then if R is the son of L, R is the son of L, R must be here. Then how is E related to R? E and R are cousins to each other. Now cousin, that is given in which choice? Choice 5. 27, choice 5. Then 28 to 30, first or the second priority. And definitely first priority inequalities. The relation between N and P. N is here and P is here. Now tell me which element is common between these two. My N and P, which element is common? Third. Now here itself P greater than N is there. P greater than N means N lesser than P is straight away. Then next one, R and Q. Now here R and Q, my Q is here. Where is this, sir? R is here. E is common. R lesser than or equals to E. And E to Q. E lesser than Q. R lesser than Q but not equal to. And so what is your answer? Only one. Only one, choice 128. Then 29th one. 129 Q and Q is here, P is here. Which element is common? My F is common. Now Q to F. And now opposite symbol. Opposite symbol, no relation. Then next one. What is the next one we have? F and O. Now F is here and O is here. Which F and O? F greater than O, but not lesser than or equal. Then what is your answer? Neither one, not two. Neither, that is choice for 29. Then 30th. Now 30 T and M. Now T is here and M is here. The element that is common between these two is A. T equals to A. The place of A, we can write it as T. Now between T and M. T greater than or equals to, but not lesser than. And first conclusion, false. Then second, L and M. E is here, L is here. Which element is common? Which element is common? A is common. V is common. Now between E and V, what is the relation we have? E lesser than V, and at the same time, V to L, opposite symbol. Opposite symbol, no relation. Then what is your answer? Neither one, not two, choice for 30. Then 31 to 35. 31 to 35, now definitely under the first priority. Which of the following is 6 to the left of 15th from the right? Now 6 left and 15th right. 21st from the right hand. 21st from the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 5, that is choice for 31. Then 32, how many letters are there which are immediately preceded by symbol and followed by number? Sequence must be symbol, letter and a number. Now symbol, letter and a number, and symbol, letter and a number, symbol, letter and a number, and symbol, letter and a number. Isn't it? symbol, letter and number. Then symbol, letter and number. That's it. Now how many are there? 5. More than 4, choice 5, 32. Then 33. How many elements are there which are immediately preceded by number, element preceded by number, and immediately followed by symbol? Hence, in the alternate places, you need to have number and a symbol. Number and a symbol in the alternate places. Unda leda? Now, number M is an element preceded by number 9 and followed by symbol. Then next one. Alternate, you need to have number and a symbol. Alternate number and symbol in kekkadanam. Alternate number and a symbol. And 1. Next one 8 and 7. 7 and 7. Now this is an element. What are those two elements? M is 1, lesser than or equals to the other. There are only 2 of such type. Choice 1, question number 33. Then 34. For all the letters of the word, absorbability are arranged in a way that all the vowels are arranged in the beginning. Now here in this one, vowels must be arranged at the beginning. Then beginning, all the vowels are arranged in the beginning in alphabetical order. A, then I, O. A, I, O. And all the consonants arranged in alphabetical order. Positions of how many letters remain unchanged. Now what is the word we have? A, B, S, O, R, B, A, B, I, L, I, T, Y. Now here in this, first all the vowels must be arranged in alphabetical order. A, next one E, next one I, O, I, O. Then all the letters starting with the word B and B. Again another B. And 3 B's were there. And after this B, R, L is there. L next R, S, T, Y. How many letters remain in the same? A remain at the same place. And next one, now B remain at the same place. B remain at the same place. And next one, I, L, R, T and Y. How many are there? More than 5 choice. Then 35. Now in this number 72548365 is the number we have. Then 2 is added to each odd digit. Now this is 9, 7, 5 and 7. 2 is added to each, 1 is added. 1 is added to each even digit. Now this is 3, 5, 9, 7. Then in the even digit of a number and arrange in ascending order within the number. Clear? 1 is added to each even digit of a number and arrange in ascending order within the number. Arrange them in the ascending order means what is the order we have? 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 7, 9 and 9. Then which of the following will be the sum of the second digit from the left is what? 5 and third from the right is what? 7. 5 plus 7, 12, choice 2, 35. Then now this is about paper number 24. My next one, number series. Now question numbers 96 to 100. Now in this question number 96. Now here 19, 21, 27. 19, 21, the difference is how much? 2. Now 6 and 27 and 45, difference is so much? 18. And next one 54. Now 2 into 3, 6. Into 3, 18. Into 3, 54. 54 into 3, 162. 162 plus 99, 261 joins. 97, 39. The numbers are increasing at a very small rate. Hence, plus how much? Plus 8. And next one, minus. And numbers in the alternate and ascending and descending. Alternate, minus 8, minus 8. 47 plus 8 plus 5. And plus 8, 63 joins 4. Alternately, minus 8 and plus 8. Then 98. Now 3, 19, 323, difference is so much? Plus 4. 23 and this one, 16. And 39 and 75? 39 and 75, 30. What are these numbers? 2 square, 4 square, 6 square, 8 square, and 10 square, 539 joins 5. Squares of even numbers are added 98. 99. Now 13 now here. Number suddenly increased. From 400, choices shift subject here 1200. 1200 to 3700. Minimum 3 times that number has been multiplied. Now into 3. Now into 3, if you have here 13 into 3, how much? 39 plus 5. 44 into 3. 132 plus 5, 130. 137 into 3 plus 5. Into 3 plus 5. 400 into 3, 1200. 16 into 3, 48. 1248 plus 5, 1253 choice 5. Into 3 plus 5, into 3 plus 5. Then finally 100. 4 into number 1's decrease. And it is into 0.5. And 2 into 1, 2. And 2 into 1.5, 3. Now 3 into 2, 6. Now 6 into 2.5. How much? 15 choice 4. Now question number 100, paper number 24. Clear? Yes, any doubts in this paper? No, you can leave that. You can collect the papers. As all you people have got the papers.